Hello and welcome to your Monday Sports Extra from Mustard News. In this evening's show, we're here at the Blackbelt Academy in Norwich, where you can train in a whole range of martial arts. But what you'll also find training here is a world champion. Her name is Masie Emmerson. We'll be speaking to her later on in the show and with her coach Richard Vince. But before that, here is a recap of all the weekend sport and the latest Norwich City news.
Thanks, Jake. We'll start with Norwich City, and club legend Ewan Roberts has warned his former club to think carefully before allowing last season's top scorer Cameron Jerome to leave this summer. The Canaries could cash in on the striker to help fund their squad rebuilding work. Championship rivals Middlesbrough and Sunderland have both been linked. However, Roberts is still hopeful City's plans for the new season will bear fruit and ensure they are challenging for promotion. City opted not to pursue their option to buy loanee defender Mitchell Dykes from Ajax, and reports at the weekend suggested Birmingham are hopeful they can take advantage and sign the left back, although it remains to be seen where that would figure on Dykes' own options. Good luck to Jacob Murphy and Angus Gunn. They're hoping for England under-21 action in Poland this evening as their second European Championship group match with England sees them take on Slovakia. It's a must-win game effectively, and for news of how they get on, make sure you check out pinkun.com. And there's been a reaction of amusement from some City supporters following weekend speculation. Ipswich manager Mick McCarthy is hoping to sign Northern Ireland striker Kyle Lafferty. He was released by the Canaries last month, given that his Norwich career never really got started. It seemed inevitable that he would leave the club. Only 4 players have switched directly from one East Anglian rival to the other, meaning Lafferty at least has the chance to join a select group of players. Elsewhere and in cricket, Norwich will be hoping their East Anglian Premier League season is up and running after picking up only their second win of the summer. Norwich came through an intense encounter with Great Witchingham to increase the gap over bottom-placed Bury St Edmunds. Swardston beat Frinton by 4 wickets at the Common to reclaim second spot. But the defending EAPL champions bowed out of the National 2020 Cup yesterday after losing out to Horsford in the final Norfolk qualifier. Swardston won the tournament for the second time in their history last summer, but their defence is already over and Norfolk's hopes will now rest with Horsford. Well done to Kimberly Morrison, who maintained her strong triathlon form by making the podium in scorching heat at Ironman 70.3 Staffordshire. The Triangular member finished third thanks to her strong showing on the bike. And finally, in bowls, Norfolk's hopes of reaching the quarter-finals of the Middleton Cup suffered a blow when they lost to Northamptonshire at Kingsthorpe on Saturday. Norfolk did at least take 8 points from the tie, but they now have to beat Hertfordshire at County Arts on Saturday to stand any chance of making the last 8. That's all from me. Your sports headlines will be with you in Mustard News tomorrow, but until then, I'll hand you back to Jake.
Okay, then, so Richard, thank you ever so much for inviting us down to the Blackbelt Academy here in Norwich. We'll get on to the fantastic achievements of Masie in a moment, but first of all, do you want to tell us about what you've got going on down here? It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, we have all sorts going on down here. Our base style is a taekwondo-based karate, and then from that we have a kickboxing offshoot, if you like, and that's really popular at the moment. And we do sort of the K1 style of kickboxing with the low kicks and the knees and everything. And we also have MMA. And then another offshoot of the karate is Little Dragons, so from 3 to 6 year olds. And that's super popular, you know.
Yeah.
And Masie teaches one of those classes for us as well. So.
And how long have you been coaching here and running this? Because long before this place existed, you were an incredibly... Was it kickboxing?
Yeah, I was into karate first of all, and I've represented England and Great Britain 19 times with the All-Stars karate team. We went to we were world champions at the time, but I didn't get selected for a world championship. I got selected for a European championship, which we won. And then I moved into kickboxing and had some success there as well. I've been teaching in Norwich since 1980, and this venue has been open since 2000.
2000. No, it's incredibly impressive, and obviously you're now bringing your knowledge and your skills to the people here in Norwich. Masie,
yeah,
your first ever world champion, correct?
My first ever Kata world champion.
World champion,
yes.
How the hell does that feel?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, the opposition was strong, and it was just such a nice feeling for Masie, really. I mean, she was so nervous, and the trouble is, in a Kata situation, nerves are the worst thing for you. You know, like if you're fighting, sometimes your nerves give you a bit of a boost and make you more fired up.
Yeah. So for people that don't know, the difference between Kata and maybe, between kind of another martial arts, because it's not contact, it's effectively almost a routine.
Yeah, it's a bit like, I suppose, something that people would obviously understand is a gymnastics routine, which is performed and then the judges score it, or even a figure skating routine, that type of thing, or dressage if you're into horses. You know, the routine is performed and then all the judges assess it for poise, accuracy, power, balance. You know, they all have different pointers, and then everyone scores it, and it's scored in that way.
So she was out in Athens, you were out there with her. On kind of the way there and in preparations towards the event, did you have any kind of idea she was capable of winning a medal, let alone gold? Quietly confident?
Yeah, without being rude. I mean, it's one of those difficult things. To be brutally honest with you, she's in the background, so I have to be careful. To be brutally honest with you, you don't know how anyone's going to perform in those circumstances. You know,
it's a big stage.
Yeah, over the years I've had many athletes perform at many events, and some deal with it well, and some raise their game, and some just can't. Some let the nerves get to them and lose all their composure.
Yeah.
Masie was super nervous before the event, and we're doing everything we can to calm her down, keep her on track and everything. But you can understand the nerves. You know, it's a very tense situation, and it's like build up, build up, build up, build up, and then you've got maybe a minute or so where you're performing, maybe a little bit longer, and then it's all on that performance, and then it's done. You know, but she did really well, and I think she was entered in 2 sections.
Yeah.
She was entered in Japanese kata and Korean patterns. So her base style is Korean, our base style is Korean. So she's been doing Korean forms since she was 11 years old, so that's 14, 15 years. So she knows those inside out. The Japanese kata she's been doing for maybe 18 months.
Okay.
She's really good at that, but it's still something that's not as familiar to her.
Okay, well what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little chat with Masie about this incredible achievement. Thank you ever so much for having a chat with us, and hopefully what this has achieved is it has a huge impact on obviously what you've got going down here at the Academy, and it gets more people down here. But Richard, congratulations. So, Masie, world champion.
Yes.
We've got to start there, haven't we? How does that feel?
To be honest, it's only now starting to sink in.
Yeah.
I've been back just over a week, and it feels fantastic.
Yeah.
But it's only really started to sink in now. So
what have you been doing with yourself since then? Has there been lots of kind of interviews and that kind of thing? Lots of interest in this achievement, because it's massive. It's huge.
Yeah. Well, I've had lots of people obviously wanting to speak to me. I've got a few other things that are lined up.
Yeah.
That I need to get done this week before I actually go on holiday at the end of the week, so it's a little bit crazy. And I've got a blog that I've been doing, so I've been writing blog posts, and other people want articles, and my sponsor wants something for their website. So apart from that, I've just been back into it. I've been teaching like I usually am, and so.
That's brilliant. Let's kind of track back a little bit before Athens.
Yeah.
How are you feeling kind of going into that? Because you were competing in two parts at the World Championships.
Yeah.
Did you feel that going into this there was a chance that you coming away with a medal, or particularly the gold one?
I hoped.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hoped that I wouldn't be coming away empty-handed. I remember saying to Richard before I'd competed that as long as I come away with the medal, I'm not really too fussed what the colour is.
Okay.
Because just to step onto the mat with people from 22 different countries who are potentially at the top of their level in that country is just such a privilege. So to come away with the gold medal, I'm not sure. I mean, I've done lots of competitions, I've done lots of local competitions, and I've always done quite well. But I've never done a World Championships before, so you never know what the difference is going to be in terms of the competition. So I was just amazed, really.
So it was the gold, obviously.
It was, yeah.
Once you finished that routine, did you know? Did you feel it that went as well as it possibly could have?
I knew it was a good routine.
Yeah.
I knew it was very strong. I don't feel like I faltered on any points where I could have possibly faltered. I kept all my balance and all that kind of stuff. And it's a routine that I'm really familiar with anyway. It's one that I perform quite a lot in local competitions. So, and I've been doing it for a very long time. So yeah, I did step off the mat and think, yeah, that was really good. And I don't really think I could have done any better than what I've just done. So
well,
yeah.
you couldn't have. It was the gold medal. So, and I know it's incredibly hard to kind of be thinking ahead already because you've only just got back from Athens. But kind of what happens now? Where do you kind of go from here?
Well, I've actually got another competition planned for September, where I'm going to Florida.
Nice.
To represent a different association. So rather than being England this time, it will be Great Britain. Just under a different association. So really, that's my next big thing that I'm aiming for. So yeah, it's just going to be a slow and gradual progression to that one now, I guess.
I suppose you've got to maintain that now.
Yeah.
Now you've won that gold, but you know people are going to expect you to do the same again.
Yeah.
How's that pressure? Sorry to put that on you.
Yeah, thank you.
And also this place here. How long have you been training here, and how important has that been for what you've achieved? It must have played a big part.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's been a massive part of my life. So I've been here now for 15 years, so it's a considerable proportion of my life. And it kind of takes over your life, but in a good way, you know. So I've been through university and all that kind of stuff, and you make sure that you work everything around your martial arts and keep that as a really important part of your life.
Yeah, and you said you teach here as well.
I teach here, yeah.
For the kids and the people that you teach, knowing that they've been taught by a world champion, that's pretty special for them as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And they've all been so supportive and so lovely, and you know, from the really small kids to the adults, they've all been lovely, and they've all wanted to see my medal and all that kind of stuff. So it's been really nice. Yeah, they've been really, really happy. So.
Super. Well, I hope you bring the medal in and you get it up on the wall, and so everyone can see. But Masie, it's absolutely incredible achievement. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay, well that is your lot for Sports Extra tonight. We're back on Friday at the usual times. That is from 6:15. But until then, enjoy the rest of your evening.